I am the Seer. I've come to say what I have seen, what has been, and what has yet to become. I am saying this because you are ready to hear it. Your race, the human, is ready to hear it. Whether or not it is understood is something else yet to be decided. But it does need to be heard. And now is as good a time as any. It has been discussed about those that live in the center of this planet you inhabit. It has been said that they have been there for longer than the human race has been in existence. This is fact. They have been there longer than what you know as time itself. I am going to speak of what it is that I, the Seer, has seen. Your race is familiar with Atlantis, and your race is also familiar with Lemuria. These two races were of high energy and vibration. They were actually what you know as in between, and I will describe what is meant by in between. They were of carbon base, but they were of such energy that they were able to phase in and out of dimensions with this energy that they controlled. Each one learned to control the energy within them, which allowed them to phase in and out of the dimensions. This is what gave them their knowledge, for they both were able to speak and communicate with those in the center of this planet. The situation that caused them, the Lemurians and the Atlanteans, to dissipate and be removed physically from the surface of this planet is they decided that they were mightier than those that are within the center of this planet. There was their downfall. I, the Seer, say that they, the Atlanteans and Lemurians, still exist. Their genealogy, their genes still exist on this planet, but not in any to the physical mind of your race, not to any power that matters. The Atlanteans and the Lemurians were, in fact, driven, as it is speculated amongst your race, to different portions of this earth. They are, in fact, or did in fact, go to what you know as Egypt and Maya. Mayans are all descendants of them, of the race of the Lemurian and the Atlantean. What was left of it, they dissipated to these areas of the earth that were inhabitable at the time. I, the Seer, say that these civilizations to this day still have the bloodline, and I am here to say that this is a time to use this wisdom to the betterment of your race. It is coming to a time where the knowledge will be again attainable that they, the Lemurians and the Atlanteans, once had. But it is feared that the same end result will occur if it is not used for the betterment of mankind. This I say because I have seen both scenarios take place. The abuse of this power by your race has taken and wiped the planet from the human. The human has been removed from this planet by its own doing. This is one scenario that I have seen. There is the misuse of power. There are certain people that will take this power and try to use it for their own greed. But I, the Seer, say that this is not the only option, the only result that will occur or can occur. The other result would be that mankind does find the resources to sustain and does work together for the preservation of its race. How this is done will eventually come to the mind of man. But we are talking about the greed and the betterment. Which one will man choose? I, the Seer, I am here to say that this is a time to consider, for you are merely carbon-based, as those that are in the center of the earth once were. Yes, they were once carbon-based, and they learned to manipulate their energy and release themselves from the confinement of that carbon-based body in which they were confined, as the Lemurians and the Atlanteans were attempting to do, until the greed and the selfishness took over. The control in which they wished to have clouded their minds and understanding of the purpose of the power in which they had. I, the Seer, am here to say that your race, this human race that is carbon-based, can take and manipulate the cellular structure of this body and do what was being done by the Atlanteans and Lemurians. But it is not without a price. The price is you will have to give up all greed, all sense of selfishness, and you would have to work together as one unit. No one having specific control over the other. That is where the human race is going wrong. They wish to control one another as they are, and as long as this persists, there will be no raising of the energy to the level of the Atlanteans or Lemurians, and there will be no dimensional shifting as they were doing, until the human race takes and works together as one unit. It will continue to strive to survive. That is all.